Welcome to Falcons Ledge. I'm Ostringer, and today we are going to be doing a single video review of the A-10 UFC from FlightForge. The reason this is a single video review is that while being very useful, it is a very simple device. So it's not going to take a whole lot of analysis in order to come to a conclusion on it. I was sent this device for free from FlightForge with the option to purchase it at a discount. So let's take a look at it. The A-10C UFC is this set of buttons and controls right here in the center of your view. You use this to enter data and make settings changes in the aircraft. In the A-10C, you use this if you need to change navs or enter data, change radio settings, and more. It can be challenging, especially in VR, to reach out or down, depending on your circumstances, to find the mouse, move it into position, and then try to track the changes you're making while you're clicking and your X is moving around with your head and this sort of thing. So having a hardware equivalent would really be helpful, I'm sure you can imagine. There are a few options to build them, and those options don't seem to be as good as those available for the F-16C, but most of you don't really have the tools or skills to do this. So when looking at purchasing options for these UFCs, you see them for prices from about $200 or much more if you're doing something custom, which for many pushes this piece of kit for the A-10C down on the priority list. And then through the wonderful HOTAS SIMPIT Discord, I ran into a vendor called FlightForge, who specializes in affordable flight sim hardware. And if you know me, you know I'm a sucker for a great value. This A-10C UFC is only $80. Well, then naturally you're giving up a lot for that price, right? Well, as far as I can tell, you're giving up absolutely nothing. The Master Caution button even lights up using a script provided by FlightForge. I don't use this feature since I do it in VR. But for $80, this seems like a heck of a deal. Mounting this is fairly simple. You can place it on your desk with the included legs. But for those who know my channel know that I can't really do it this way. I reused a mount from my Next Level Racing cockpit and then created a 3D printed mount for the UFC and mounted it in the cockpit. This puts it in a pretty good position for similar use in the real aircraft. Setting this up is really easy. You plug it in. Yeah, that's it. You'll find a device called Arduino Leonardo in the DCS device list, and then you find the UFC button assignments and start assigning them. FlightForge also offers a profile that you can use to set up the buttons, but I did it manually. It wasn't very difficult. Differing from the FlightForge F-16C ICP, the A-10C UFC has a Master Caution button that lights up, and it uses DCS BIOS to make it synchronize with DCS. This is all free, and has instructions in the FAQ section of the FlightForge site. Here, as I set my waypoint in the A-10C, you can see how much easier it is for me to use this UFC over using a mouse to perform the same action. It saves me a lot of time, it improves my immersion, and naturally, there's other ways to do this, but I really like having this option to use the UFC. And this is really where we find the reason why this is a single video review. That's really it in terms of its use. I mean, you can use it as a button box for other aircraft or other games, but that's really it. Let's talk about its construction and levels of quality. This is a 3D printed device. The quality of print is good. It appears to be FDM printing, as you can see the layer lines. As someone who loves printing things and using them, this doesn't bother me at all, and for the cost, I think it's a great value. The buttons appear to be printed white and then painted. This allows the built-in backlight to shine through and illuminate the lettering of the buttons. The buttons are tact switches and have a good tactile feel. The buttons tend to wiggle a little bit, but this is totally expected given the type of construction. So given all this information, should you buy the FlightForge A-10 UFC? Well, this device doesn't really differ much at all from the device in the real A-10C. And if you are like most people and you're buying a whole lot of flight sim equipment on a budget and you want to have all the functionality you need for not much money, then this device is definitely for you. The biggest advantage to the FlightForge A-10C UFC is its value, and for that I absolutely recommend this device. So much so that I purchased it, and the link for you to purchase it is down in the description below. Do you own this device? Feel free to leave your opinion, comments, or emotional outbursts in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed already, and you do enjoy this type of content, please hit that subscribe button. It won't cost you anything, but it certainly does help us out so that we can continue providing you with this content for free. There are other ways that you can help if you want to, listed down in the description. Remember that I stream each Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We have a great time, and I enjoy answering questions and interacting with you all. I hope that you fly safe, have fun, and most of all, have a great day.